Imagine for a second, you're sitting there scrolling through TikTok or Instagram Reels, but instead of silly dance trends or weird funny little videos, it's super horny TV shows. Does that sound awesome? Does that sound like the coolest thing ever? Well, do I have an app for you, baby. ReelShort is an app that hosts verticals, which I guess is what they're calling them now. Basically, it's a full TV show, but it's shot in a vertical format, so I guess you can watch them while you're taking a shit. Now, what's interesting is that ReelShort actually originates in China, and it took them by storm. Apparently, instead of obsessing over Dream SMP Yaoi or whatever we were doing during the pandemic, they were watching Duanjus, which is what they call verticals. A lot cooler name, I think. Now, this isn't just an app where they re-upload like episodes of House or The Sopranos or whatever. These are shows written and recorded specifically for the vertical format. And I know what you're thinking, Prisk, why are you talking about some niche Chinese app that nobody over here uses, right? Well, as of 2025, it has reached almost 400 million downloads. In the Western market. I'm not talking about China. I'm not talking about over there. That's here. Is that not insane though? I mean, 400 million down. That's the population of the US alone. Who is watching this shit? How have I never heard of this before? But hey, I'm all for fair chances. This could be the greatest thing ever made. Let's just watch their little promotional video to see what this app's really all about. Is that supposed to be promoting the app? If I download this, is he gonna hold me in the pool like that? Am I going in the pool if I download this? So I downloaded the app and it immediately feels like one of those scam mobile games that's just trying to get your credit card. Basically, with every show on here, you get like 2 to 3 episodes for free, and then the rest you gotta spend their coins on to watch it. You know, like those fashion girl games where it's like, spend 80 gems to find out what happens to Bethany in the locker room. And you know, at first I wasn't super surprised. It doesn't seem that bad until I also saw the $20 weekly subscription. Not monthly, this is $20 a week. And that doesn't even unlock the episode. That just gets rid of the ads. Because they also play ads. Are there really people out there paying 20 bucks a week to watch shit like Claimed by My Ex's Alpha Brother? I didn't make that up. That's real. That's a real show on here. But hey, as far as the app itself works, it actually seems pretty decent. You know, you can search for shows, look for categories you want, or if you're just a little too lazy that day, you don't really want to find something for yourself, you can also scroll the For You page. Because every app has a For You page now. I swear, it's like when every game started getting a battle pass. It's like every app now needs to have a For You page. And as far as I can tell, it just kind of shows you the first episode of a new show whenever you scroll. I scrolled for a little bit and it was just new episodes of shows. So every single reel is basically just an ad. You're just sitting here watching ads. This feels so gross. This feels like a fake app, like an entire town gets addicted to in a weird anti-phone movie, you know? Hey. Today's video is sponsored by NordVPN. Whoa! So I actually started using NordVPN myself a while ago, and it has honestly completely changed how I navigate the internet. I just feel more secure when I'm browsing online, and it's really just made my online life a lot easier. For starters, their Threat Protection Pro feature is incredible. It automatically blocks malware, phishing sites, even those like fake online shops before they can get in and trick you. It's officially certified for phishing protection, and it ranks really highly for its fake shop detection, so you know it'll protect you from those evil, sketchy little websites trying to take your info. The best and most important feature for me is honestly just the VPN itself. It's super fast and reliable, and since I travel a lot, it makes it really easy to stream stuff from back home and just get a strong internet connection while I'm out. So if you're interested, they've got a deal going on right now where you'll get a huge discount on top of 4 extra months on a 2-year plan, and it's completely risk-free. They've got a 30-day money-back guarantee if you don't like it, so there really is no downside to trying it out. So if you want to check out NordVPN today, I have a link in the description, and make sure to use code Prisk so they know I sent ya. But now back to the alpha, I guess. Now back to him. Hey, now that he's gone, I'm starting to think maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these shows are just so amazing that people are willing to put up with the everything else about this app. I feel like we need to actually look at some of the shows. And looking through, they actually have a ton of categories. Maybe you want to watch a hidden identity show like Daddy Help, Mommy's in Prison, or Betrayed Alpha Queen Rises from the Ashes. But what I find really interesting is you can still very clearly see the Chinese influence on this app. I mean, they have an entire category called Asian Stories, which is just a collection of like popular shows over in China. You know, like Perfume Revenge, Change a Husband, or Pregnant by the Serpent King. we're not watching Pregnant by. But even outside this category, you can clearly tell that the American studios are just kind of copying whatever's working in China and tweaking it a little bit. Like this one, Accidental Surrogate for Alpha. And this isn't some weird little niche show on here either. This is one of the biggest shows on the platform. It has over 150 million views. So the first episode opens up with Ella being told she's about to become infertile, I guess. I don't know, I'm not really a doctor, so I don't have much to say about that. But we suddenly cut over to this guy. Holy shit, he's so cool. Who is this guy?
Dominic Moon is the most powerful billionaire alpha in the country.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for clearing that up. So Dominic just walks straight into her hospital room for some reason. He is on a mission, and I don't know why. He doesn't say anything at all. He just keeps like walking at her like a pervert until she trips, and then he saves the day.
Holy shit. Is that Dominic Moon? I've always been deathly afraid of werewolves.
Oh, also he's a werewolf. She says, "Thank you for catching me," and then he leaves again without a word. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Why did he just walk in there, no words, catch her for falling, and then walk out? And also, why did she thank him for catching her? He's the reason you fell over. I don't... What? Ella heads home, and since she realizes she's about to become infertile, she's ready to get it on with her boyfriend, right?
Mike, let's make a baby.
Mike, you dirty dog, you little, what the hell, man, come on. And with that, that's the end of the first episode. And you're probably like, oh, how many episodes are there, right? Well, it's nothing crazy. It's only 76. And that sounds crazy, but something's clearly working here. I mean, remember, 150 million views, right? Well, I think I figured out why. Every single episode follows the exact same formula. You know, they set up some sort of dramatic situation, like cheating, for example, and then they always cut it off right at the most cliffhangery, tense moment in the episode, so that you're always sitting there like, well, shit, what's gonna happen next? It doesn't matter that you met the girl 4 seconds ago and that she has like 2 lines of dialogue, because now she's on a cliffhanger. And we just have to know if she's gonna tell Mike what's what for cheating on her. And I feel like the reason this feels so much more jarring and addictive is normal TV shows, even something like Grey's Anatomy, builds tension over a long period of time before releasing it for like a really satisfying payoff. But this type of content just constantly builds tension without a satisfying conclusion. Unless you buy some coin. Also, as far as acting goes, I don't really want to rag on it because, again, this is probably a lot of these people's first time, but oh my god, this format does not lend itself to good acting.
Mike, let's make a baby.
But hey, enough rambling. I'm sure you guys are just dying to know what happens on episode 2.
What the fuck, you crazy bitch?
Oh!
So this entire episode is them just flaming the shit out of Ella.
But we were trying to start a family. We just signed a lease on a house.
You actually thought that was a lease?
Like, what are you talking about? How do you fake a lease? Did she just never go in the building? Did she never see the house that you guys were buying? How do you fake? I can't even think of something funny to say. How do you fake a lease?
Tell her what you did because you didn't want her to have your baby.
I've been putting birth control in your vitamins.
What? What do you mean? Just break up with her. What do you mean you're giving her birth control so you don't have a kid? Just break up with her. Why is he doing all this? This is like, these shows don't make any sense. Anyways, Ella leaves the house and goes back to the doctor where she asks for a donor, and then the episode ends. Now, episode 3 is my favorite. It is rancid, so I'm just gonna play it.
Alpha Dominic, our latest polling numbers are slipping in the election. Voters are just more confident with an alpha who has an heir and a first lady.
You know, Lydia and I just got divorced. She wasn't my Luna. I only married her in the first place because Rogue Alpha's daughter was my fated mate and she went missing when we were kids.
Like, what the hell is happening, guys? Remember why we married her? Because my real wife is missing. How is this a real show that actually got made? Who paid the budget for this? Why does this exist?
We have to find the perfect Luna mother. It's not like my pup can be carried by some human.
Sorry, I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. The word pup just sent like shivers through my entire body. Oh, I just can't stop thinking, how are they getting actors for this? You know, like they can't be getting paid more than like 20 bucks an episode, right? And I really can't imagine this is good for your acting career, you know? So like, I seriously, who is acting in this shit? Well, after looking into it a little bit further, you're looking at the newest ReelShort actor, baby. If they accept my application. So yeah, I looked around a bit for casting calls and I actually found one. It's a Reddit post asking for non-union actors only. Bit of a red flag, but hey, they're paying $150 to $500 a day, which sounds pretty decent for a first acting gig, right? Until you have to explain the role to your parents. Hey dad, I finally landed a gig. Whoa, that's fantastic, son. What's the role? Alpha billionaire. Like I said though, I did actually apply and I even sent them this audition tape that I'm really proud of.
Alright, my name is Prisk. This is my audition for the slightly evil werewolf overlord badass guy who's still really into the one girl. I know you guys were looking for one. Sorry, I'm rambling. I'm a little nervous. I'll just start. I didn't get the job.
Seriously though, I don't get why people take these jobs. If you're just starting out, I guess it can be good experience and you're getting paid something, so that's more than most, but man, these cannot be good for your acting career as a whole. Like imagine sitting in an audition and they ask about your previous work and you have to show Guillermo del Toro your role as sexy werewolf number 7 in The Pax Doctor. Actually, he made Shape of Water. You might book that one. But that's besides the point, because all of these shows are the exact same. They're all the same power fantasy. Every single show ends up just lonely girl who isn't treated right, ends up with a big, hunky, badass billionaire stud who hates everyone in the world except her. They just repackage it into a different format. Like, it's literally just those shitty Hallmark movies, but they made it way hornier. I mean, here's a perfect example. How to Tame a Silver Fox. We open up to this girl walking down the street in a fucking monsoon when she suddenly gets hit on by this random guy. Or it's a zombie. I really can't tell. What the hell was that, man? She calls her dad to help and the guy in the truck's still trying to figure out how the door works, I guess. But we cut over to the dad and the sound effects that they use on these scenes are killing me.
I'm stuck and I need you to come help me.
I will say though, I was surprised that these shows are so sexual because I really thought going into this, these were gonna be some insanely family-friendly shows like Brat TV or something, right? But every show is kind of just the filler part of a porno, you know? But hey, that doesn't matter because we get to meet the Silver Fox.
Drugging girls in my club? You must have a death wish. You got the wrong guy, I swear!
Oh my god. Maybe you did get the wrong guy. He seems pretty serious. The girl's dad interrupts this beatdown and tells him to go pick up his daughter as a favor. So we cut back to the girl and I think he is a zombie. She kind of screams like Homer Simpson. God, this show is so good. I'm watching it back while I'm recording this. It's so funny.
What's a princess like you doing in a place like this?
Okay, I was not expecting that accent to come out of his mouth. It sounds like they did an AI touch-up to his voice, but I can't tell if they were trying to give him an Australian accent or remove the Australian accent. It's so weird. Anyways, she's getting attacked by the guy when all of a sudden, Mr. Collins shows up. Holy shit, he's so cool. Hey, wait, is that a gun? Anyways, he picks her up and the first episode is over. One more thing though, he acknowledges that she's shivering in the rain.
You're shivering.
And I've noticed that they do this in every single show on here. Like even the last one when he's like, whoa, you're shaking, princess. I don't know what this is. I think this is just them trying to show that they care. But like every show has this scene where Billy Badass walks up and just talks to her like, you're shivering. And I guess I just don't know why. What is this adding, you know? Anyways, next episode, they drive some more, and she convinces him to take her to the liquor store, even though he thinks she's still really young. She's like 22, by the way. And I really don't like the fact that this entire show is super dependent on the fact that she's 20 years younger than him, but I guess I don't really know what I expected. One of the tags on the show is literally hot daddy / DILF, so I guess it's my own fault for clicking on it. Now, we're on the next episode, and it is just rancid, so I'm just gonna play it raw.
Give me a jacket or something.
The music is so funny. That's the whole episode, by the way. The entire episode is him taking off his shirt. Anyways, next episode, they pull up to Harper's apartment, and where did he go? Oh, there he is. He gets really pissed that she's throwing a party, but this dude owns a nightclub. I don't think you really have any room to talk, dude. It's your job to throw parties. Wow, what are you mad about? Also, he had clothes in his trunk, so there was no reason for him to take off his shirt. I just wanted to mention that. They're arguing a little bit, and then he says that he lives there now because her dad put him in charge and told him to live there. Hey man, I heard the phone call. We all heard the phone call. That did not happen. He did not say that. Anyways, he walks into the party, and some of the people there are not happy.
Whoa. Who's this? Bob Grandpa?
What was that at? Where the hell do they live? Anyways, we cut over to these two girls who I'm assuming are gonna be like the villains of these next few episodes or whatever.
Remind me why we're at a loser nobody's house when I run Greek life? Could literally be on a yacht right now.
Bitch, no one cares about your yacht. We got Buff Grandpa. A little bit later, the girls run into Buff-ass Grandpa and immediately start trying to hit on him, but he's taking none of their shit.
Sorry, ladies. I don't like my women desperate.
Ooh! After this, he walks away and the girls are pissed.
He really picked Harper over us? I think we need to teach that nobody a lesson about what happens to skanks who think they can upstage us.
God, some of the line delivery is so funny. I mean, you can clearly tell she's just like reading a script off screen, like right here, you know? I think we need to teach that nobody a lesson about what happens to skanks that think that they can upstage us. Dramatic pause. Oh, I'm not supposed to read. Next episode, the evil girl goes upstairs to Harper's room and asks to use the bathroom.
Yeah, of course you can. You're like, your school royalty.
Look, maybe I come from a different world, but do people really say shit like that? Like, huh, yes, my liege, you run Alpha Kappa Phi. You own Greek life, please. Use me as a toilet if you must, just please. Like, this shit is so cringe. Anyways, the bathroom was just a distraction. She uses this to steal Harper's diary, and they enact this plan to ruin her party, right? And the way they trick Grandpa into leaving is just so funny.
I think I saw Harper go out there with a guy.
There's literally no one out here, man. Once he's out, they start reading Harper's diary on the table and like holding her hostage.
Dad never wants to hang out with me. Sometimes I feel like he doesn't love me. Oh, Harper. Daddy issues much?
What are they even making fun of her for here? Like, aw, does somebody have a rough home life? Is their daddy not around much? Everybody boo this bitch. I feel like in real life, everybody would be standing there kind of thinking the girl reading the diary is a fucking weirdo, right? Like if I was there, I would have just stood there like, wow, that's crazy. Why are you reading that? Who are you? After like 3 more pages, Chris finally sees what's happening and gets so mad that he punches straight through the glass. But not before ripping his shirt off, because of course we needed that. Of course we needed that. Anyways, he comes in swinging, calling the girls a bunch of witches, pouring shit on their heads, and then he threatens to fucking shoot them. I get pouring shit on them, I understand being mad, but I feel like pulling out a gun on 2 college girls is kind of crazy. To be fair though, considering his first introduction of shooting that guy, I was half expecting him to just walk in and execute the girls, so hey, maybe this is good enough. Maybe this is the best we can do. But with that gun flash, we finished the last of the free episodes. You wanna watch more? You gotta buy coins. Come on, I know you want to buy coin. The funniest part of all of this to me is how this show is just a dime a dozen on this app. I mean, you can click any of the shows and they will feel exactly like this, which maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm the weird one, but I don't get who's into this. Like, this is funny bad to me in the sense that, like, I think it's funny reacting to how shitty this app is, but I think I would rather watch paint dry on a fat man's back than ever unironically use this app. And it's nothing new to say people's attention spans have gotten noticeably worse over the years, but I feel like this app is just the perfect embodiment of that statement. It's like people just cannot handle tension or slower beats in a story, or even just having to wait for something to happen for a payoff. It's like you need that constant dopamine hit and resets with these cliffhangers just to pay any attention to the story. I don't like using the keys jangling comparison, but the longest episode in the show is 1:58 minutes. That's not even 2 minutes. Like, it just feels so obvious that none of these shows are made out of a passion to make these or desire to entertain people, and all of these shows are just designed to keep you mindlessly scrolling as long as possible. I really hope for everyone's sake this kind of content, verticals or whatever you want to call them, is just a short-lived fad, but I have a really bad feeling that these are just going to become more and more popular over the next few years. But hey, that's all I really wanted to touch on. Thank you again to the Patreon. You guys are amazing. You keep the lights on in here. But with all that being said, my name is Prisk, that's Reggie, and whoa! Looks like you've reached the end of your free trial. If you want to watch more Prisk episodes, you gotta buy some coins. Please buy some coins. Please. Please buy some coins. Please watch more episodes, please. Please buy some coins.